a upgraded video today on a 2014 26HE Sunstar Winnebago, and I'm replacing the breaker box. Now I'm replacing the breaker box due to some bad connections in the breaker box. I hadn't intended to do this, but I was having some electrical gremlins, and they were causing some lights to flicker over the last year or so. I thought it was grounds. Due to I had trouble with my generator not starting. I found the ground was bad. I did find bad ground wires under the chassis, and I had mentioned them prior. But what I actually found out that there was a bad connection in the breaker box, and I said, well, while I'm doing, I go ahead and change this out. So I'm getting ready to turn you around. We'll take a look at the video. If you do this, you really need to have a good understanding of electrical work. I would not try to do this if you do not. You need to understand how the circuits are run in the RV, both low voltage and high voltage. All right, let's go take a look and see how it turned out. Hello everybody. Today we're going to do a panel upgrade. So our old panels, the connection on our low voltage is not good. I've had some kind of flicker off and on. And then adding electronics on there, they don't really like that too much. So we're going to add this new panel in, update it, make it a little bit better, and make an improvement. All right, let's get to work. All right, here's our panel now as it sits. We're going to get this updated, make it look a little better. Okay, here's our panel in the back. See, it's got a whole conglomeration of wires. I don't know how much we'll be able to do anything about that, but we will see what we can do. Okay, I'm taking everything apart, and as you see, I'm taking the wires off, and you see the little dots. So what I'm doing is I'm going straight down the list, start with 1, and then 1 dot, 2 dot, 3 dot, 4 dot, so I know where they go. So from top to bottom, that's how they go, and I'll be able to use the label on the panel, kind of sort that out. Okay guys, I'm working on hooking up the low voltage. I've got most of the high voltage, or the 120 volts. You'll notice this breaker box was set up for, you could do a 50 amp or a 30 amp. I have a 30 right now. So that worked out pretty good. I got to go get a couple more breakers here. And I just thought I would show you the reason I kind of got into this. So you can see the ends I'm putting on the wires. The original ones plugged into the back of the breaker panel. And I was having troubles. As you can see, that's how they plugged into the back of the fuse panel right there. There's the fuse panel. And I was having some loose connections. I thought it was a ground, and it turned out to be in the panel box, so I just decided to go ahead and swap it out. Panel box wasn't very much money, but I do love these connectors. So basically, for each wire, you put one on the end, and we're screwing it down instead of just taking a spade and plugging it on. I think that makes a much nicer connection. Okay, guys. We got all the low voltage back in. We have extra circuits now, and we've used these automatic resettable fuses. So basically, if I short it out, they'll reset and try again. So that should work out pretty good. I've got to Okay, I think I've just about got the panel box back together. I've added in the breakers, which I've added in some separate circuits. It doesn't give me any more power, but it does keep from looping one circuit onto the next, so it kind of divides it up. I don't overload a circuit, so I think that's pretty good right there. And then on the bottom, you can see I have about 5 extra low voltage circuits if I need in the future. And I have two 120 and a 15 amp breaker that'll be extra, at least at the moment, if I need that in the future. So I'll be able to update that if necessary. But I think right now, I think we're in good shape. All right, I finished putting in the new electrical box, and I've kind of straightened up what I could. Put in my, that's my plug for my upper thing up there. Installed the genset controller. So I'm looking pretty good. I think I've done about what I can. Looks a lot better than it did. Okay, I got the fuse panel box in. I'm still labeling. I haven't quite finished that, but I think we're going to leave it like that. That gets us squared away. You'll notice that we have automatic reset fuses, and this panel box, if the fuse goes out, it has an indicator light beside it. I still got a little bit of labeling left to do, but I think I got that. It's looking pretty good. And then we're starting on the genset automatic generator start. So when our batteries get low on our solar, if there's not any sunshine, this will cut it on. But that'll be another video. All right, that's my setup on the outside. Looks pretty good. Everything's up to date. All right, guys, that's the video for upgrading the panel box in this 2014 Winnebago Suntar. It worked out really well, gave me extra circuits. Not something I had planned to do, but turned out really well. Wasn't too bad. It took me about, I'd say about 5 hours all total to do that. So, and I was trying to straighten up a few wires and fix a few things while I was going along. So it's kind of a conglomeration back there, but we tried to get as much straightened as possible and fix some splices and stuff that some previous owner had done. We were also able to separate a few circuits that gave, you know, some of our plugs, instead of looped all together, we have split them up, so we didn't have too much trouble there. All right, if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. I'll be glad to answer them. Hope you enjoyed the video, and hope you have a great day.